Hey, welcome back to the Ping Pong Flix Show. My name is Chris Wong. This is episode 570 of the Ping Pong Flix Show. Just an update from yesterday. There's a correction that I have to do. And then a couple of things, including release the Schumacher cut. How did that go today? But first of all, as always, especially when new members pop in, I need to thank them. So I would love to thank W&H Productions for joining the Ping Pong Flix membership. Thank you so much for joining. And once again, thank you to the rest of the members here. Like I said, I probably see your comments right away. I have a separate window just for your comments. So that's the one I will tackle first that's the one I make time to tackle first. So thank you so much, members. Thank you for joining the channel. Now, let's talk about a correction that I want to do. So the correction is Martha Diane Lane visits Lois Lane. Yeah, and you're like, I know that already. Yeah, I know that too. But so the correction was because yesterday I said that Deborah Snyder talked about how Diane goes and visits Lois Lane. So when she said that, and the context of the video was cut out, I only had a clip of it. Someone had a clip of it. So I missed the part about her losing her house. And so if I heard that, then I'd be like, oh, she's talking about Diane Lane, not Diana Prince. I thought maybe she referred to Diana accidentally saying Diane, but no. She meant Diane Lane, especially when the things she talked about before that clip as well about Diane Lane. So that should have put two and two together. So thank you to whoever comments in my video. Those of you who caught that and corrected me. I went to the video itself and I had to say, oh, I got to make this correction for this video. So yes, it's still what we know that happens in the movie, which is Diane Lane or Martha, really Martha, maybe Martha, is it? I thought it was Marcia Mander, goes and visits Lois Lane. So that scene is still in the movie, and that's quite interesting in itself. So that happens in the movie. So, but let's talk about release the Schumacher cut of Batman Forever. How did that do? And it did pretty well. I gotta say, it did really well. It made to comicbook.com, and I gotta thank the Cut Schumacher Cut sites, DC Movie Page, all these other RT Schumacher Cut, all these different pages who are band together. Shout out to like Matthew Billard and as well, so that we're asking HBO Max to release a Schumacher cut. So comicbook.com got a hold of that, and they were able to share some of the tweets in their post as fans are asking for the Joe Schumacher cut as well version of Batman Forever. So Cold-Blooded Joke says, Mr. J, it's not a film I'm personally passionate about, but the alternate cut is significantly different, so it deserves to be seen. There are fans who want to see it, and they should not be denied seeing this cut. I support artistic freedom for directors. Release the Schumacher cut. Let's get this done for Joe Schumacher. Batman Forever is a criminally underrated film that would improve immensely with a Red Book cut. Release the Schumacher cut at Cut Schumacher. I've waited for so long for this to happen. Finally, a mainstream audience discovered the Red Book edition of Batman Forever, and it's legendary bat scene. The time has come, and it must be done, even though it must come after his unfortunate death of Joe Schumacher. Yes. So let's do it. And as a tribute to Joe Schumacher, please, AT&T, HBO Max, Warner Media, release the Schumacher cut. Of course, RT Schumacher cut Schumacher, who pretty much put this together. The unlimited possibilities HBO Max brings us to in such unique situations. Releases Schumacher cut honors the late Joel Schumacher by asking for his director's cut of Batman Forever to release. HBO Max needs content, so why not drop the director's cut of Batman Forever? I have to agree about that. And also, of course, Nicole Kidman crush right there. But yeah. awesome to see fans get together to talk about the Joe Schumacher, to want to release the Schumacher cut of Batman Forever. And that's amazing stuff. I don't know why I'm looking at that. But I even put out a tweet myself. It got a lot of traction, like, a lot of engagement. Um, but interestingly, like, not all good engagement. I mean, I was actually quite frankly surprised at a lot of the negativity that is towards the Schumacher cut. Like, let it go. It's been 25 something years. He's dead, and oh, he didn't really want that, or oh, haha, Joe Schumacher, serious, more serious, darker. Yeah, right. Or it's so funny to see tweets like that, and it just reminds you of the hate that the Snyder Cut got. Right? It's the same thing. It's like, I don't understand the hate and trolling of accounts who felt if they didn't care, if it meant nothing to you, why interact with it? Why engage with something that means nothing to you? It means passionately for a lot of people, and they want to see this happen, and I want them to be able to see that happen. So for people who don't want to see it, don't even care about it, why engage? We're seeing the same thing that happened with the Snyder Cut, the same thing with the Ayer Cut. I don't even, if the internet was back then in the day, you probably see the same thing with the Donner Cut of Superman. You probably see some hateful, spiteful jerks, assholes on an internet, and because it's the internet and everybody needs their opinion, despite not even giving a shit about the Schumacher cut, and want to troll. So screw those guys. I still tweeted out some more, a couple more released the Schumacher cut tweets, but yeah, 40 minutes of unseen footage. Serious darker tone, justice for the late Joel Schumacher. Let's go. I did watch like a work in progress cut of it, and the other red book edition as well. So it's actually much different, and I mean that it does have a little bit of darker tone in there. However much that is in the Schumacher cut, I don't know, but it would be quite interesting to see that, and I really would love that HBO Max would do that. So TNT Drama got into the act too. They said, "Trust us, we're looking everywhere for it." Release the Schumacher cut. They even made a little bit of a joke. Maybe that USB drive we found in the bathroom. I don't know. That's that's a a reference to when Zack Snyder was thinking about leaving a USB drive in the bathroom, or did I forgot what he said about for Zack Snyder's cut. So that's great. That's great. That at least one of the Warner Media accounts is actively kind of supporting it, and as well adding to the trending, actually using the hashtag, which is amazing. And then it right now at this moment, 12.8K tweets. Lucius Schumacher cut is still going strong. It's just the beginning. Joe Schumacher would be so proud of what we accomplished, and that's quite a big thing. That's huge. 12.8K tweets. That's great. It certainly shows a bit of the number, at least a little bit there, that they can actually be a great thing to put on HBO Max, right? I mean, what's going on right now? There's nothing going on right now in terms of the movies. Yeah, Tenet may be coming out in September or August. The movie theaters may be opening in August, but the difficulty situations of shooting, the increases in COVID, is it safer and much easier, to just go into the vault, even though they may say, we don't even know if we have it. Well, go look. What else you got to lose? Go and look. And there's a lot of people who have that kind of digitized scenes that are floating around, right? And some in the DVD as well, as some people have put it. But put it together, get somebody assemble it together and make a movie, and release it on HBO Max, right? And get people wondering, what is this? An extended or a different version, or an adjusted version, a cut of Batman Forever on HBO Max, for people who, and there's actually quite a bit of people who may not like a certain Batman. They may not like the Nolan Batman. They may not like a Bale, the Ben Affleck Batman, but they're like, I'm a diehard Val Kilmer Batman. I'm a diehard. There is a certain audience for every Batman, right? So there may be a surge, like, and looking at, there's this much amount, there's an amount of people that do want to see it and are curious about it, right? And like I said, it drives more people to your service, drives more people to your streaming service. If I was a streaming service, and I would pretty much try to put every single type of content I can think of onto HBO Max. That's where I would want to go with that. That's where what I would do, and that's why I think that's why they're doing the Snyder Cut. That's part of the reason why they're doing the Snyder Cut. But that's probably reason they're probably going to do the Ayer cut as well, and then just throw it in and release the Schumacher cut as well. Why not? It's COVID. What else you got to shoot? I mean, what? If you want the easiest way to put content on your things now, why not go into the vault, into the library, see what you got there that you can kind of just elevate and update and do something about it, and put it out to streaming service. So yeah, release the Schumacher cut indeed. So I'm really happy it got to this point, up to that, and made quite a bit of noise today. That is something that everyone who participated should be pretty damn proud of. Pretty damn proud of. All right. So the next thing is a little bit circling back to JusticeCon. There's a little bit more about JusticeCon. This article came out from Variety, and it's about JusticeCon. In a way, JusticeCon versus Comic-Con at home, right? So, but it was an incredible article. So, the article title from Variety says, "Why Comic-Con at Home was a bust." Okay, so it's they're talking about Comic-Con at home, how it didn't do so well. It was it was supposed to be some big experience, this new thing, because of the whole COVID thing. The numbers weren't quite there, of course, because it's like went from something that you can experience physically, now you have to see it online. So yes, granted, but I guess the content that was on there wasn't that interesting. I think the biggest content that they had on there was the New Mutants, right? It's a long-suffering Marvel Comics adaptation, which has release date pushed 4 times since April 2018. To date, the film's panel has logged just over 208,000 views. It's probably more by now, since this article came out on YouTube since July 23rd, thanks largely to the decision to debut a first look at the opening scene for the film within the panel itself. And it was the most discussed movie panel on Twitter, generating 7,700 tweets, right? So still, success here is relative. The 50-second ad promoting the Comic-Con at home panel for the New Mutants has logged over 303,000 views in 11 days, so on and so forth. And then, they talked about the other panels, and okay, and not quite there, right? So these are essentially like official, professional online panel experience that they had many months to put together, but also created missed opportunities, because there was no Marvel, no Lucasfilms. DC Films is going to do their own DC fandom. So it was a major opportunity for JusticeCon to do very well, and it did. It really did. So even Variety recognizes it, right? They says Comic-Con at home didn't even generate the buzziest fan event of the weekend on Saturday. Director Zack Snyder appeared on the independent fan convention JusticeCon to debut a short clip from his upcoming Snyder Cut of Justice League that revealed Superman's black suit. Notably, the panel, which logged over 260,000 views in less than 48 hours, was live, allowing Snyder to spend nearly an hour interacting with the very fans who brought about the Snyder Cut in the first place. So even Variety just recognizes the major Justice Con that happened. So good on the Nerd Queens, Nana and Cole and Wonder Meg. They've done such an incredible thing, unprecedented indeed, and actually landing up in major publications like Variety, major trades like Variety and the Hollywood Reporter. Not only that, I mean, Lisa Sakura sent this to Meg. They were the Justice Con was actually featured on CNN Indonesia, right? And you can't hear it here, but they talk about Zack Snyder, how they debuted the black suit clip on Justice Con, and so it's really cool that made it this far. Like, for people who were kind of like, we saw that already. We saw that clip, because it was deleted scene. But, I keep reminding people, and even in my reaction in the video last night, a lot of people outside this movement have not seen that clip. They have not seen that clip at all. They don't know about it. It's like not everyone picked up the DVD, right? Just to see that scene. Not everybody did that. So a lot of these will be something that is really new, something new to them, and incredibly awesome, in order to capture the mainstream and the general audience who are like, what is that, right? Like this one right here, Dan Jurgens, right? Dan Jurgens. Have to say that the clip Zack Snyder release of Alfred meeting Superman in the black suit is absolutely awesome. Dan Jurgens. So, right of world script. Everyone knows this kind of comic book fandom, right? Come on. Dan Jurgens said that. That is awesome. How awesome is that? It's like, if Dan Jurgens, who is a comic book writer, who said that, like, imagine just the general audience, the people in the mainstream who were like, whoa, for the first time, just realizing there's a black suit Superman, right? And just realizing, and even for us fans like myself, I was excited because I'm like, oh my God. So that is a scene that's going to be in the Snyder Cut, right? That's confirmation. That's we knew Zack Snyder shot it, but as we've been talking, like, he could have, the studio probably told him to shoot different scenes just to make it more along the lines what they want, but not necessarily what he wants. But he shot it anyway. But he shot that. It's going to be in the movie. You see how the black is colored, the gray, the charcoal, incredible charcoal gray cape, and actual scene from the Snyder Cut. An actual scene from the Snyder Cut. So that was to me very exciting, and it's very exciting to see all these other people like Dan Jurgens and everybody else who just like finally seen it for the first time. So that is essentially, that's a big win. That's a huge win. I mean, look at Variety just put that in our set. They pretty much just said Justice Con won the weekend. They pretty much just admitted that Justice Con won the weekend. So kudos to Meg and the Nerd Queens. That was quite something. But we're gonna get hate all the time. When your voice is heard and you're bigger and louder, you're going to bring in the good, but you're also going to bring in the bad. And it happens, right? And but I'm really thankful that Ray Fisher himself supported the Justice Con, right? I mean, he wasn't at Justice Con, of course, but he decided to talk a little bit about it on Instagram. So, which is really cool. I think that's so awesome. He's such a incredible person to even take his time out of his day and in order to kind of just sit down with us in a way and say, hey, you know what, guys, you guys got to cut it out, man. This is the nerd queens, right? You guys got to cut it out. Let's talk about this. So this is the video that he talked about, and I want to thank DCU Craig for capturing this moment on Instagram. To every single one of you critiquing a free event that you didn't have to watch, I present Ray Fisher, Justice Khan. I'm going to play it to you right now.
I cannot stress enough, shout out to the Nerd Queens and shout out to Wonder Meg. And I know I saw a bit earlier today that they've been getting some hate for certain things with the convention and the panels and all that stuff. But y'all ladies better not let a single person get y'all down, because guess what? You've accomplished something that a lot of folks out there probably just wishing that they could do. So you guys made it because you got haters. So don't take offense. Don't let it drag you down. People are going to say what they want to say. Just let them do it, because let them say what they want to say. But you got the power to just hit that block button. You got the power to just be like, hey, listen, I'm doing what I do. You got Zack Snyder, Deborah Snyder, Jay Oliva, Ray Porter. You got all these folks to join you for a weekend. All the folks who are Nexus Ping Pong, Shiraz Faruqi, Jonita Davis. You've got all these people. You brought all these people together in such a wild way, like appreciating the art, talking about the bringing on the folks from the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. Don't let nobody get y'all down, man. Y'all already know. My main man Zack said it this weekend. He said, "Listen, this thing, this pursuit, this campaign, this everything has literally saved people's lives. Literally saved people's lives. So forget the movies, forget artistic aesthetic, forget anything else, man. Y'all are doing the work. So I appreciate you. I know y'all already know it. And I know the folks, without you, it wouldn't have existed, period. And so, you let the haters have their way, they'll just go ahead and be like, it shouldn't even, I'd rather it not exist at all than exist in a form that I don't agree with. That's not how we're doing it. That's not where we're at. So shout out. I could praise y'all all day about it, but
so that's of course that Ray Fisher talking about that, and I gotta say thank you so much, Ray Fisher, for pointing that out. Thanks for the shout out, by the way. I didn't. I think our diversity panel didn't get much hate, but it's cool that he kind of threw us in there together. Shiraz and Jonita as well, and but like I said, I mean, this is a fan event. This is run by fans. This is for the fans. This is a celebration for what the Snyder Cut was, right? Yes, at a nerd DC level, we want to see Justice League. We want to see the Justice League that Zack created, right? But like I've said from when we pretty much started this campaign, that there was a lot more to this, including Justice for Autumn, Here for Zack, the American Foundation of Suicide Prevention. And I get, like, you may want to have an opinion of how to run things. That's fine. But you don't be a jerk about it, right? You don't go yelling at the girls. You don't be bashing them, they were listening on their final word. They were listening for pretty much they did a survey essentially, and that's where you could have gone and said your kind of 2 cents on, like, oh, maybe we could help in this way or could do this way, but don't be like it was crap. Don't say it's like this and that. There's a difference. There's a fucking difference between being total douchebags, right? Total douchebags, and giving constructive criticisms, right? That's two separate things. So I'm just appalled by it. I'm appalled by the hate they're getting, and I don't think that is fair, like at all, because they worked their butts off for this, right? They got contact with Zack, and Zack says, "You know what? Let's do this together. Let's do it on the Comic-Con weekend. Arranged with Ray Fisher, like what Ray Fisher just said, like reporter, Jay Oliva, Deborah, Zack. It's an all-star cast and crew from Zack Snyder's Justice League to interact with the fans, right? We can pretty much, because it's whole COVID, we can't do it physically, but we got to interact with them, and celebrate with them what we've accomplished all together. We released the Snyder Cut. And the Snyder Cut means a lot more. And I think Zack Snyder, I had to share this again because you need to once again remind yourself what all this fucking for, right? He needs to remind you again what is all for, and I'm going to share with that to you right now. This is bigger than just a movie. So if you're like I said, if you're hating on Justice Con, you might as well be hating on Zack Snyder and crew as well, because they're all in. They were all in on Justice Con. They're all in. You see the love right there that Ray Fisher gave. You see it right there that even Zack Snyder is going to give this moment right here. But please take a listen, and thank you, One Cool Squirrel, for pulling this little clip out. But yeah, listen.
Literally saving lives. Literally, like, I don't care, like, this work has saved people's lives. People are alive today that would not be if you guys hadn't done what you did. Right? That's just a fucking fact. Okay? And so you can say whatever you want about whether or not this is the right thing to do or the wrong thing to do, or whether you care about the fucking Snyder Cut or you don't. The fact is that the work done is undeniably amazing. And it doesn't matter if we ever release the fucking film, that this alone is enough for me and for like my family and for our personal involvement with the fandom and with what they've done. This fucking thing right here, like, you can't, I don't care who the fuck, you can't deny that that's amazing. Literally.
So yeah, there you have it. And that's what Zack Snyder said. Literally saving lives. Literally saving lives. Still saving lives. Justice Con had charity. It's a charity event as well. Don't go fucking shitting on something that is saving fucking lives. I don't get it. And if you don't give a shit about that, and all you just want to be fanboys and you want to know more about the movie, that's fine. Then shut the fuck up and wait for the movie in 2021. But let us celebrate in peace. Let us celebrate in happiness. Let us celebrate with positivity. That's all I got to say about that. But the last topic I want to bring, because we were talking about Ray Fisher, about accountability over entertainment. And he kind of said that today, accountability over entertainment. Essentially what Justice Con is, a part of that was as well, accountability over entertainment, right? So, but there is some happenings that's going on. And he retweeted this out as well, in terms of possibly, we're going to get to know a little bit more within the coming weeks. I mean, something's happening that is bigger. It's getting bigger and bigger, right? I told you about Peter Shinkoda, about how he just came out. And yeah, that was for Marvel and Disney. But I feel like there's something going on in the industry in terms of AT&T, Warner Media, and Warner Brothers. This is my own guess at anything, but because Ray Fisher retweeted it, I figure there may be something there. Ellen DeGeneres show Workplace is under investigation by Warner Media. Reports of mistreatment, racism, intimidation. From what I've heard from a lot of people, this has actually been happening in the background. But because she does things where she does some great things with the audience and things like that, that they kind of throw that on the side. So essentially, it's kind of like Joss Whedon. Joss Whedon did some great work, but that's like a front for all the negativity that he has done in the behind the scenes, right? And so I don't really know that too much personally, but to me, it sounds like the main takeaway is that something's happening within the companies, AT&T heading this whole thing, that is trying to put this to light, possibly, right? So it says, good on Warner Media for taking these matters seriously. This gives me hope, accountability over entertainment, and I kind of just threw that in there. I think AT&T, since they took over, there's like, excuse me, while attempt to clean up, you're a mess. Okay, so that's from Chicago Medical. That's a clip, a GIF. So I think that's like AT&T came in, starting to see. Probably with the human resources department are like, we got to do something. This is not right. This is not right in Hollywood. This is not right, especially in Warner Brothers. We got to start cleaning up. And they've been cleaning up, I think, since they took over. Here and there, bigger executives, smaller executives, and possibly working with people, listening to the cast, listening to crew members, saying, we got to make it right. We got to bring justice to this injustice, right? And so I think that is incredible, and I applaud Ray Fisher. This man, like Zack Khan had said, the fact that this man said he's been building a case on Joss Whedon for the past 2.5 years during the Justice Con panel, Ray Fisher is pulling some Batman v Superman level, Bruce Wayne, Lex Luthor levels of long-term planning here, all in the name of justice, right? Man, and did Ray Fisher retweeted this as, this may be the only thing I do that matters. Hashtag Borg Life. A literal quote from Batman v Superman. Bruce Wayne, Batman v Superman. Accountability over entertainment. He's all in. And I stand with you, Ray Fisher. Borg Life forever. I think, when he's talking about others should probably be scared, I think AT&T, Warner Media has got his back. And I think they're cleaning house. And I can't wait to see what happens to this. There has to be some accountability. And this is the way to go. So I stand with you, Ray Fisher. Really looking forward and intrigued to see what happens next. And let's get some justice done to the injustice. So anyway, but yeah, that is the update for today. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for subscribing. We'll see you next time.